Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
Cheers to you. I'm Michael Mandel.
Today, we taste, as we always do,
something different.
Something different for a change with us, certainly.
Yes. I don't know why, because I never like to try things other than stuff you can get regularly. But sherry and port is usually regular.
You can find it most places.
It's not like wines where, you know, one year is different than the next. Port is fairly consistent. Sherry, basically sherry and port is wine with fortification, meaning that it's over the 15% that wine usually has, or 16.
How does it get that way?
They add alcohol.
Oh, they add? Just
yeah, they do.
Alcohol or what?
They do. It's a thick wine. It's a heavy wine. And then
it's not cooked like brandy.
Oh no, that's distilled. This is fermented.
Okay.
And so you have wine, and then it's nice and thick. So we don't drink that too much because we're too busy drinking cocktails, I think.
On this show, certainly.
Yes, we like cocktails. Cocktails are complicated. Sherry and port
Pretty simple.
Is either sherry and port. There's lots of grades. Light sherry can be rather caustic, and it's a very light color.
Well, if you get certainly a cheap one that's maybe
even a good
drinks.
one. We've had good ones, and you really have to get used to it.
Okay.
Most ports are dark, warm, comforting. It's what you want to curl up in front of a fireplace, or since it's summer, curl up in front of an ice cube.
Well, let's try this one, Michael.
We're starting with the sherry, and the only thing that makes it a sherry is the fact that it is a sherry, but it's Harvey's Bristol cream, which is done to taste thicker and warmer, sort of like ports are.
One of the more popular brands, I'd say, one of the more well-known brands of
Harvey's Bristol cream
sherry
is pretty much British. There's so many I don't know. That's why I stay away from this, because the ports we're going to taste, these are two well-known brands. This is, what is it, Sandeman, all over the place. Oh, he didn't get his. And
pass the glass, please.
Coburn, or if you're in a evil mood, you could call it Cockburn. But let's see what the unbiased reviewer is saying about it.
Let's taste ours while we're at it.
Get that aroma, spin it.
It's got quite an aroma. It's really berry laden, isn't it? Very
it's got a
winey.
distinctive nose.
It's like a heavy Cabernet.
Oh, very good aperitif.
It's quite good, actually.
Very good aperitif. This is like it actually has a German.
What?
A German Mosel taste.
Really?
Yes, very earthy.
Mosel.
Very earthy. Very good. Full body.
It feels very heavy. It's also sweet.
It is sweet.
You don't want to drink.
Thick.
You don't want to drink this stuff with food, really. It's good after
what
food.
What would it go with? Right, maybe after food or before food.
Before food, when you're
like
come
I said,
home.
I would enjoy this on the rocks too.
Where does this come from?
This is
England.
Well, the English make it. One of the things about England and Spain getting their alcohol in the 1600s is there's a lot more. England didn't have any wines, and
mead.
It was invented in Spain so that it could travel to England. It was wine, and since they had casks, which by the time they got to England, the wine would be a little yucky, they fortified it with extra alcohol to keep it from going bad. People in England loved it.
Is there a year on it?
What?
What year is it?
No, there's not years. There's no years.
No years.
Doesn't matter, because they're very standardized.
Last year.
They're very standardized, and there's a lot of use of the Solera, which means you use a lot of different vintages to get the right combination. So that's
right.
Harvey's Bristol cream. Those of you who were alive in the 60s,
70s,
70s, Harvey's
they
Bristol cream was advertised all the time.
It's the only one of these that has ever advertised, to my knowledge, in this country, right? I don't think they do it lately, but I do see...
Well, they do a little bit. Coburn and, I keep forgetting these names. Oh, Sandeman. Sandeman advertises a lot. There's a few that really win awards, and I can't remember their names. But
I've seen magazine ads for Harvey's still.
Yeah.
In various magazines.
And you can see why. It's easy to drink. This is what you do when you come home to your wooded library and drink in front of your book while you're reading Emily Dickinson. Don't you do that?
Okay, well...
Do you want to try, compare it with another?
Let's compare it now with something else, because that's what we do here on the show.
Founder, well, let's do this one next.
All right.
The other one says Founder's Reserve, which leads me to believe, but as you say, I haven't opened this one.
Yet, have you?
Oh. This is fine tawny, so I think this would be
tawny port.
Tawny port.
And you gotta definitely
and it's lighter.
Or you're gonna
You got to clean your palate.
You're gonna really
I'll clean my palate with a potato
make
chip.
it taste really sour or very bad. If it doesn't.
So we'll see. Voila.
Okay.
This is a little, I think this is going to be lighter, and not because it's a port, but because it's a tawny port.
I do. Somewhat different nose.
A little bit more acidic. It's, you know, you call it acidic, you don't call it tannins.
Sweet again.
It's got a little herbalness underneath. Not that they had
It
herbs to
does.
it.
I like this better than the Harvey's Bristol Cream.
Harvey's Bristol Cream is overwhelming. This has a little bit more air between the taste and flavor.
Yeah, there's more subtleties going on there.
Yeah, we're not hating it. I mean,
Not at all.
this stuff,
Both these.
Michael, how dare you not open this and have it all these years?
because you have to be
There's still
chilly
dust on the bottle.
and sit.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
take
you have to sit and
In the case
You don't have to.
you have to sit. You have to feel British when you're drinking this stuff.
You and your rituals.
especially port. It's a ritual that makes these things good. Why do you think I only drink on this show?
Oh.
I only drink stuff
Yes.
on this show. That's why. You know.
That explains it.
And I remind the people that they can
So you
see this
sip
show
all
on
that?
YouTube, so if they go into Walgreens, they know what to buy.
Well, I think all these Harvey's Bristol Cream, Coburns, as well as Sandeman, are easily found in Walgreens and all the other places.
Not Walmart.
I
Walmart
don't
probably
know.
has the cheapest of the ports there.
Maybe.
Maybe Harvey's. But Walgreens,
Harvey's is a standard.
2 cans.
So we'll save the other two for after the break.
After the break.
As
Kelly
our usual,
Liquors.
because otherwise we spend the first 15 minutes just guzzling. And the last 15 minutes we just drool.
Right. And this is the reason people tune in, so we'll give you a
Yes.
little something to come back
And-
for.
Look how pretty they look there. Don't they look nice?
Because, you know, it used to be, Michael, in New Mexico,
That's
the polls would close.
this one.
The polls
Oh,
would,
so-
on
Close
on
for-
election day, you could not go to a bar. The bars are all closed on election day. They've since rescinded that backward notion. And now with early voting, why,
Yes, you could drink all the time.
drink all the time.
They
And
never used to have early voting. You know.
No, they didn't. It's a new thing for us, relatively.
Well, the reason they couldn't have it was because in the old days of which you speak, everybody had a piece of paper with your name on it and then a sample of your signature.
Mm-hmm.
You can only go to one place.
Right.
They couldn't have all that duplication of facts, so you'd have one place and you have a bunch of drunks coming in.
But now with machinery and computers, it's not a problem. And early voting ends today, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday.
Yes.
It's at 5 o'clock.
And what does that mean? That means you're going to have to go vote on Tuesday.
If you don't vote today, you'll have to
You
vote on.
have to vote on
You'll have to
Tuesday.
vote on Tuesday the 7th.
We want 100% turnout from Democrats.
Well, I want everybody to vote.
Yeah, let everybody vote. It's a primary. Those of you who are Republican, you probably say, I mean, we have the prospective winner.
Well, there's more to vote for than just the president.
What?
Yes.
Who are you voting for?
There's a lot. Well,
You're an independent. You don't get to vote for anybody.
not in this state, but I do
In
have.
this
I do have voting
state?
rights in other states, and in those
And
states.
you're doing it by mail, right?
In those states, I'll tell you who I'm going to vote for.
How about this state? Who are you voting for? Didn't you want to discuss that? I thought you were going to discuss that.
Well, whether I'm going to vote or not, here's who I
Would pick.
recommend.
Oh, I'm
By
going
the
to
way-
vote for him.
By the way,
Are you going to vote for that guy? He was great here. He was here Thursday.
Yeah.
Actually, we're doing this before Thursday, so we have no idea. I'm going to be working the place.
You'll be-
Or I will have worked the place.
Bill Clinton
but
was over at Picacho Middle School,
I could have been shot, and I
Stopping-
wouldn't be here on the show then.
too, stumping for his wife,
don't know.
who is running for president.
As I canvass the town, I'm canvassing for Hillary, and I don't mind if you vote for Bernie, but I'm going for Hillary. People say, I don't know about Hillary, but I love Bill. Well, so did she. Oh, she used to.
Well, Bill did help the economy survive after George Bush
Bill
Sr.
is a sweet guy. You know, if what gets you into power is personality, which it seems to be, this country is in fairly big trouble.
He was also one of the more intelligent presidents we've had in a long time.
Yes, he was pretty intelligent.
Now, Hillary,
So was Carter, by the way.
Carter was, but, I
But
don't
he
think-
wasn't. He didn't have a good personality like him.
Right. Now, we have a picture of Bill and Hill, and
That's their singing.
there they are. He says, I love my Hillary. She stood by me when I did not have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky.
See, he already said that. Oh, is that what you're saying? You got impeached with?
And,
you know, what do you consider sex anyway? Okay, we won't get into that. Because I don't want to know what you consider sex.
Well, it's
because I know you'll have pets.
And it's a difference
So-
in what the definition of is.
I like that because it's part of English.
So for president, you're going
President.
for Hillary.
I'm voting for Hillary.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and be radical, and I'm gonna say I'm behind Gary Johnson for president. Gary Johnson.
That's a
Well,
Bernie.
there's Bernie.
You are for Bernie. Why would you be for Gary Johnson?
I like Bernie a lot, but
Yeah.
I'm throwing my thing in for Gary Johnson.
You know, if he just got a medical license, you could smoke all he wanted to. You don't need to vote for Johnson, who really is not equipped to be president.
He is equipped. He's run
no.
a state before.
He
Bernie
didn't do
hasn't.
it very well. Bernie hasn't. I'm not saying vote
Neither
for
is
Bernie.
Hillary.
Hillary has been in the Senate. She did run a state before. She
State
was
Department.
the Secretary of State. That's even better. So she did run a state.
Well, if you want an insider as president.
Insider, you know, wouldn't you want somebody who knew how to work the machine to be working the machine rather than somebody who goes inside it and you go, how do you get this done? How do you do this? Which is what Bernie would be like. I want everybody to get free tuition. Let's do that. Well, how do you do that, Bernie? How do you do it?
Bernie's got people.
I'm pointing at Johnson, but Hillary, would know how to get things done.
Well, yeah, her husband would certainly.
Well, I think she's been in the system long enough to do things, and whether she can get it done or not.
But you know,
Okay,
something could happen where she doesn't actually get to run for president.
Something could happen.
Something could happen. Now, let's move on to House of Representatives. As we know, in this state,
Who's that pleasant-looking woman?
Marilee Souls there is running against Steve Pierce for the United States Congress. She's running unopposed, so you don't have to vote for her. She's a shoe-in for the primary.
Good, I'll vote for her.
Go ahead and vote for her. You can.
So one
check her name.
candidate's name has the word soul in it,
Yes.
which is really enlightened.
Soulful.
And the other one is Pierce, which implies
stab.
power and violence. I guess that's how you can remember what you want the country to go to, violence or a good soul. But I'm not the one to make your decisions, so make them yourself.
Now we
Did
have.
you ever see Pierce smile like that? He can't smile like that.
No.
Look
Now,
at that guy. Who's that guy?
That's Jeff Steinborn. He's running for state senate.
Jeff Steinhorn?
Jeff Steinborn
Born?
for state senate. He has been in the House of Representatives up in Santa Fe.
Do people ask him how big it is?
2 terms. And
Is that what he says when they ask him how big it is?
how big what is? Well, the fish that he caught.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess.
Anyway, he gets.
Wait, you're moving along too fast.
He gets my endorsement for state senator. He's running against the man from Hatch, Andy Nunez.
Andy Nunez. Well, that's not a picture of him. I'm for Steinborn too.
Then
Because we
notice-
both like him.
We both like
Yeah.
it. Now, the race for district attorney is also on. And this is our current district attorney, Mark D'Antonio, who I endorse
Oh, me too.
on balance. Only because he's been doing the job now for 4 years, and he knows what he's doing. To bring in a new guy that we're not very sure about, he's got to start from scratch, and it's going to be a mess.
Wasn't there some question about whether the other guy was asked to run by the sheriff? Was there that?
Well,
I don't want to say anything.
He used to be a Republican, as did
Yeah,
D'Antonio. They
Yeah,
switched parties.
You've met D'Antonio, right?
Yes, I have.
He's a nice guy.
Well,
I like him.
He's
He's Italian, you know. He's friendly.
Yeah, he's had a lot of trouble in his office. He's lost a lot of people. He hired a criminal police officer to be his investigator. But who better to track down criminals than another criminal?
That's what I say.
Yeah. Now,
What's the next picture? I missed that. We're done with Antonio, but we're
going to take a break
Oh, we
now.
can take a break now.
Yeah.
We have to go to court because of what we just said.
really?
Yeah, Mark D'Antonio is knocking on the door. He wants us to go
All right.
in.
We'll be right back after these words, and we'll taste some more of these lovely
two.
sherries. I want to taste that one.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors. Come Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
We're on to pouring the next.
It's like we never left the drinking part. You know, those cars, by the way, are now at least 5 years older than they used to be.
Now this has a lovely
Ooh.
red color.
Very,
Unlike the
very
other ones.
deep. This is like if you bled somebody who had a blood thing of 99%. This is very...
Now what are we drinking, Michael?
We are drinking the Founders Reserve Sandeman Port. Did you just taste it?
Yes.
Your eyes just went like ballistic there.
Right,
It's
I like it.
awesome.
I like it. So far, I've liked all of these.
Oh, hey boss, here's your grog.
That's good stuff too.
You know, these two,
Sandeman.
Sandeman, it's a big company.
Is that
this
America?
company- No, you know, most port things are from England because
All these are very similar.
they're called port.
Because port,
So
most
basically,
ports are very.
you're pretty safe in getting any of these.
Maybe.
So far
Haven't tasted
here,
that one
anyway.
yet.
Safe on this show, anyway.
I try to get you got to read the labels and stuff. These two, the Sandeman and the Cockburn, has 20% alcohol. The first one we had was 17.5%. We're going to do the next one once I have a taste of this, which is 18%. And this is made from Zinfandel grapes. The others are made from, they have some weird grapes in Portugal and Spain, but they can be very dark and...
You have some weird grapes growing in your backyard.
No, mine are typical Italian grapes. Montepulciano, as well as Nero d'Avolo.
You know, some grapes, if they're growing like on the side of a hill near the ocean, they get that salt spray.
And coolness.
Right, yours you get the
From my pool, I get the chlorine.
Get the
spray.
chlorine
So
essence
I will
coming
be.
in.
People when they comment on my wine will say a good nose, a bit of chlorine in it, And
All in all.
I do have a desert willow near there. Willow near there, so it's going to have the essence of desert willow.
And then when you have a barbecue, you'll have that smokiness.
Yes, meatiness. When we started, we have a few things to talk about. Oh, we still have to finish that.
Still,
sorry.
yes.
I'm sorry, I'm such a
Move along,
slow
Michael.
drinker, but I do like savory
That'll be the
things.
day. You can't savor these.
These are,
In fact, you
one
must.
little. You remember last week with the vodkas kicking them back? Remember we had
Russian
some
style.
We had some kid in the place who just never tasted vodka, kicked it back, ran screaming for water.
Yeah.
It was a riot.
It's a delight. Reminded me of
I don't know who that kid is. Reminded you of what?
My
your
young
father.
days, my young
your
days.
father, when you used to drink and he used to try to sneak away booze from you.
I have my own stash in my room.
This is more balanced than all of them. This is a mellow flavor. They do have a definite similarity.
I like that very much. Sandeman. Now on this,
Founders
we're not going to,
Reserve.
let's lose that picture for the time being.
Yeah,
we have another one to
still-
taste.
This is the fourth and final. It says port, and I guess port is not copywritten like champagne, because this is made in California with Zinfandel grapes. It's actually at Paso Robles, which is one of our favorite areas of.
Yes, a lot of grapes
Wine.
are growing up there.
And they do some very dark grapes. Oh, this looks lighter and browner. Could be older.
This has a much different tone.
This
to
also
it.
is dated. This is a 2007.
Ooh, so this is a 15,
It's
16-year-old.
aged. The port is. We'll see how it is. I don't know.
Get better with time.
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, we'll see now.
I probably haven't
Definitely
opened. Probably hasn't been open since 2011.
Oh, you can
Very
smell the
fruity.
ferment. I can tell it's ferment.
It is very nice. I
You smell the ferment.
And who
enjoy
makes
this.
Well, this is from a small
Some things do
winery
get better with age.
in Paso Robles.
I think this is one of them.
called Evenus. I never heard of that one.
Yeah, I can tell that it is fermented in there.
Lovely.
Is aged.
Oh,
See-
yeah,
see
this
the
is-
particles in the bottom.
Well, that's That's
That's just sediment.
It's actually.
Sediment.
I think it says it's term.
You think this is it? It's going to go after
We should
today?
drink it now.
Which means it's going to go backwards.
Well, it's really good now.
It is light, and it has a wonderful
Look at
fruity
that light
thing.
there.
It has a...
You guys see that? Look at that.
Wonderful fruitiness.
That's telling you that
Our producer-
it's actually going.
I think those particles are moving by themselves. There might be a little brine shrimp in this. I don't know.
Our producer Chris just held his glass up to one of our lights to give us the X-ray technique.
Yeah, it's actually.
Oh yeah. This is loaded with leaves. I don't think you killed yours, huh?
More body.
You see that? It's not body. It's
Brine shrimp.
dead
Maximize for
wineskin.
It's good. I like that, Michael.
This is tasty.
So don't hang on to it like you did all these others. Drink it.
No, don't hang on to this. This one is pretty much drunk, isn't it?
Well, there's not much left, so
I'll let
finish it
Barb
off
taste
today.
to let her know what she
Okay.
missed. So, it's been pretty successful.
I would say, yeah,
ports.
not a clunker in the bunch, Michael.
That was pretty good. Even last week, well, vodka's different. I mean, we liked all the vodkas.
There's always a wide variety, no matter what
Yes.
you choose to take. These all had the most consistency, I would say, of quality and flavor.
Yeah, they're very different.
I've become a big fan of port now.
Well, look at that major discovery.
Yeah.
It'll be
And
good.
sherry.
And sherry.
Sherry baby.
Sherry you have to be more careful with. You don't want to get a Amontillado or a Manzanilla. You probably don't. They're very, really dry. And remember Amontillado.
Amontillado.
Amontillado. Like Gorilla.
Like the cask of the
Gorilla.
Amontillado.
Exactly. And obviously cask of Amontillado was very precious because the guy went in there because he was avaricious for that. Anyway, we're going to talk about real news.
Well,
aren't we?
Now, when you go and buy a bottle of alcohol in some stores now, Michael, they have you, like Lowe's, for instance, they have you swipe your driver's license in the credit card swipey place.
They want a record to prove that they're not breaking the law.
That they're not selling to somebody underage.
Yeah.
They no longer want to look at the year and try to determine if you're the right age. Even though
It's pretty easy. It's
even
pretty
though it's
easy.
obviously
if you look like us,
you look
if you
older
look like us,
than the
especially
person.
if you wear a tie, I think
Yes, that helps.
that makes you look older.
So I'm against the concept of swiping your driver's license.
Yeah, but you won't even put your name on internet dating sites because you're afraid they'll find out who you are, especially your girlfriend.
No, I just think it's an invasion of privacy that you put your license in and then the corporation
Do you use a
knows.
Do you use a credit card?
No.
Well,
then the corporation knows what you're buying, where you bought it,
corporation?
and when you bought it.
Who cares?
Because they sell that information, Michael,
To who?
to people of
So
the
if
products that you
in,
buy.
if you go in and you buy a bottle of vodka, then you say, "Oh, this guy likes vodka," and you go, "Well, he's right, I do."
No, they also sell that to
So,
the government, by the way.
And what? The government says, "Oh, he's been buying too much vodka. He can't buy." That's like if they
They
took
keep tabs on everybody.
If you were going on a toll road, they took you. You're on a toll road. They take your license plate, and if you get to the place where you leave too early, it's obvious that you sped.
Speeding, that's
You
right.
think they can do that? They
Yes.
probably could.
Of course
Have
they
you
can.
been watching Person of Interest too much? It's getting tragic now.
They are watching us now.
Yes. Where are we going next?
So
with this?
anyway, I'm against swiping.
So the liquor department in
Lowe's?
At Lowe's in
Alamogordo.
Alamogordo.
It's a wonderful one.
Those of you who have access to Alamogordo, a lot, go to the Lowe's. It's off
It's called
10th
Lowe's
Street.
Signature.
It's just amazing. It's amazing. They have great buys on liquor. Not here. I
It's
don't
a
know.
far better grocery store than we have in Las Cruces.
And it's compared to Whole Foods Market.
In some ways,
They have a lot of stuff. They have a sushi bar. They have a bar.
they have a bar, beer and wine bar. You can take the
Yes.
food you buy there. They have a lot of prepared foods.
They
already.
do. They have a deli counter. You can get
Yes.
sandwiches.
Uh,
Let's
they
go
have,
there right
They have
now.
a pizza bar.
Yeah.
They have a coffee bar. They have a deli.
A tortilleria.
They have a
They make
bakery.
their own
Yeah.
tortillas.
So it's a wonderful place. It's quality. It's kind of like Pro Ranch Market on steroids, only done right.
And steroids for Anglos.
Yeah,
as
for
well.
Anglos, pretty much,
Yes.
and Germans.
And Germans. that
Yeah,
can say,
yeah.
yes. That's a picture of Germans. What's
And,
that? Music in the Park, mariachis.
So, but by the way, when I went to I bought some
Yeah.
alcohol, they wanted me to swipe my driver's license. I refused to do it. So I
Because
said,
you don't have a valid one.
"No, I do. I drive for a living." So I
Exactly.
said, "Well, I won't swipe it, but you can look at it and determine my age." She didn't bat an eyelash.
But, yeah,
So
they're
you
not
don't
gonna
have
make
to
a deal.
swipe it out there, folks.
You know what? I'm proud to flaunt my credentials around. I am buying this alcohol. And you do that.
Now this means that there's going to be music in the park
Mariachi.
involving mariachis
Arietta.
this
That's what
Sunday.
that is. As well as Latin funk or something.
Funkadelic,
Funk.
Funkston.
Funks.
Function.
Function. Yes, Latin function. with a
Funk
K.
being the primary term here.
And Latin.
And that's
time's moving on.
going on this Sunday. Now,
let's do the La Posta bartender. We don't really care about the zoo gorilla. We can talk about the zoo gorilla as he's warming up the gorilla.
okay.
People are upset because the gorilla was shot in Cleveland because the gorilla was dragging that kid around. I mean, first he played with the kid and was very nice.
Well, the mother, I blame the mother for letting the kid loose. She's probably texting or something while the kid ran loose. He climbed in, fell down, and the ape got him. Well,
And
I
they shot-
hope they
people
make
are
the mother
upset.
pay for the gorilla. It's probably $200,000 for the gorilla.
People are upset about the gorilla. People are also upset about the elephants working in Barnum and Bailey. You know, elephants need a job too, really. You don't let them work Barnum and Bailey. They have to go and root around the
Well, maybe they can work in a bar
forest for
like
a
La
living.
Posta and come up with a cocktail.
The La Posta bartender, whose name is, I don't remember. Anyway, he came up with a drink. He won the New Mexico cocktail.
Cocktail.
It was a combination of blood orange muddled with some pureed ginger, and then he threw Lafroig, which is a Scotch, 10-year-old. I hate Lafroig Scotch, but this might have made it better. He did that, and what else did they do?
And apparently it was delicious.
Oh, and they put it on an ice cube that was in rosemary. Okay, what's next?
Well, the Nerd is opening next weekend, next Friday.
One of the
It's a very funny play.
sometime host here, Teddy Sanchez, has directed it. It's the third time it's been in the community theater. Every time it's been here, it's a riot, so go see
I
that.
hope he's got a good cast. Now, opening also this weekend at the NMSU Center for the Arts.
Is a weird thing called Town or something. So Deborah Knapp is doing the choreography. There's music, there's art. It's 7:30 tonight and
2:30.
and 2:30 tomorrow.
And
7:30 tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, and then we got movies in the park.
There are movies in the park. We don't know what's there because if you go onto the
Yeah,
website,
weird
we do-
website. You can't tell.
You go to the Doniana community, county thing, or the Las
It's a
Cruces
city.
city thing. Go to departments. This is the clue they give you in the Las Cruces Sun News. You can't find out what the movie in the park is, and as you see there, you can't even see what it is here.
Yeah, and plus, they start at 7 o'clock at night when it's too bright to start watching a movie.
Right.
I
so
recommend
wear
against
sunglasses.
going.
So wear sunglasses
Oh,
to make it darker.
3D sunglasses.
And you know, this past week we had the Silver City Blues Festival.
Yeah.
This coming week we have what's
Up at
that?
Ski Apache.
Hoobastank.
Hoobastank
Which
is
I never
among,
watched.
among 5, 6, 8 other
Youthful
bands.
groups at Ski Apache.
Ski Apache Ruidosa.
So go hit the mountains and
Still
is
plenty
that
going
it?
on?
Are we out of here for the night?
I think so.
We enjoyed our port.
We recommended who to vote for. We also recommend all four
All
of
these ports and
Yes.
even the sherry.
Because we know what we're talking about right
Harvey's
now.
Bristol Cream. We taste a lot.
That's what we do.
Call us up and tell us what you want us to. No, don't tell us what you want us to taste next. I don't think that's too.
We'll tell them what we
How do you like his hair? Look how great his hair
Yes.
is tonight.
Get well, Lita. Lita's not doing my hair anymore. She can't. She due to her health scenario. But we're going to leave her on for the next week or so.
Yeah, until
Until
our
I get a new
boss
hair
gets-
person.
Yes, new hair person. Call us up.
Yeah, if you'd like to do my hair and
Mark's going to look like a gorilla, and I'd be glad to shoot
and
him.
manicure,